this web was built tonight in the last half an hour or so. That's why it's still shiny, it's still wet, still perfect. That little insect is the first. Oh, there's the spider, look at it. Yes, it must have gotten there quick. That's the first catch for the night. Now look at that, look at the back of the abdomen, the spinnerets. That's where the silk would have come out to spin the web itself, but they can make different kinds of silk. At the moment it's making almost like a sheet silk, and it's using that to wrap that little insect up almost like a straitjacket. And then it can move it somewhere, maybe to the middle of the web, and go stick it on there. Or sometimes, and I think this is one of those spiders, it's going to take it home. Look at that. There it's got its little, you see there? This is interesting, eh? James, you liking this?
Hey, look, there's a little house, eh?
Inside, it's used this is actually one of your finger grasses, similar to Rhodes grass as well. I think this one is called smuts finger. And it's using those different strands of the grass, closing it into a little home, inside, just behind the abdomen of that spider. That's where its house is. In the daytime, it'll just be inside there. And now, catches that food and it takes it up, and it's going to put it there in a line, probably with one or two other insects from later tonight. I think it's probably just injected it with some more venom. Once it's wrapped it up in that silk, just injects a bit of venom, and basically that venom will start, obviously kill the insect, but also start digesting inside the insect, breaking up the cells so that the spider can easier digest it.
Try moving the light a little bit, Peter. Maybe a little bit down.
There we go. That's not bad.
Like
there you go.
Pretty stripes on him, eh?
Yeah. Put the black head as well. How's that? Looks alright. Like James is pointing out, very interesting coloration. Stripy abdomen. Now again, and this is where it gets very intricate. You get people that make careers and lifetimes out of studying little insects, or little spiders, or little things. Try to sort of know a little bit about everything, but look at the colors on this spider, look at the abdomen and the stripes, and then compare that to the shape of that home it's got behind it, those grass seeds or the strands from the grass. Now I can imagine if that spider goes into that little home, and even if it's not inside the silk and it's facing the same way as the grass blade, that abdomen will blend in perfectly because it looks the same. So that would then make you think maybe these spiders live in conjunction with certain species of grasses. Maybe they only build their webs on different kinds of finger grasses. Speculation, but it sort of fits in with the way of that a whole lot of other animals do it. So I think it makes sense. No worries, James?
There we go.
Infrared. Keep in mind that now suddenly this buffalo is just looking into darkness. Can't pick up or perceive the light. Buffalo's still a little bit active at night. Sometimes even very active if they decide to run away. Something they're deciding, making them decide to move on. Typically your bigger herds tend to sleep most of the night, but the bulls still move around a bit and graze a bit. I don't think we can stick with them too long. Massive herd. All the way into the background there as well, so lots of them. Virtually every night there's some impala out here on quarantine. It's a very good area to spend the night. Still do a little bit of grazing. Also relatively safe, relatively meaning that it's open, they can see around them. And that would be one of the reasons why whenever leopard come through here, they also check this area. Actually looks beautiful, very peaceful. They're unaware of us. They're standing in the dark. It's also important, or at least interesting, to realize animals don't live in this constant fear out here. People often think that things like impala, or things that are potentially prey species, live in this constant sort of anxiety or fear of getting hunted. And you can see, looking at these impala, they're very calm, relaxed, they're happy. All of the adults have lived out in the bush for a long time. They've matured out here. They've almost all of them certainly seen leopard at some stage or another, but they're not too worried about it. They know there's plenty of them, plenty of eyes and ears. So it's just another beautiful night for them out here as well. Well, let's go look around some more. It's called a white-tailed mongoose. If you did see this in color, it would look pretty much the same. It's a sort of raccoon-looking animal, a very large mongoose species, and solitary mostly. And the white tail, hence white-tailed mongoose. Let's see, we might get another look at it.